right, let's do the long tail cast on. This method is one of our favorites as it is nice and stable, and it is called the long tail cast on because you start with a long tail. We're gonna pull out a little here. We're gonna be casting on about 40 stitches. The tail end of the tail is going to go behind, and then this end of the yarn that is connected to the yarn ball, it is going to be in front. You're going to want to put that over your knitting needle, just like that. And then you're going to take your two fingers, your pointer and your thumb, and you're going to put them in between the yarn, just like that. And then you are going to fold. Then you're going to grab the ends with your pinky finger and hold those down, and then you are going to fold that just like that, making two loops, a loop on the back around your pointer finger and a loop on the front around your thumb. So that is what we have so far. I will show you that again. You have the yarn like this, and then you put your pointer and your thumb right through here. Grab it with your pinky finger to hold that, give it a little tension, and then fold it over the top of your thumb and your pointer finger. Now for the next part, you are going to knit into the front loop on your thumb and grab the loop from your pointer finger and bring that through. And then let that off and you've got one stitch. And then you put your thumb back in here and fold it over again for the next stitch. So you're going to put your needle through the front loop on your thumb, grab the loop on your pointer finger in the back, pull that through, and then let your thumb out so you can tighten that up. You don't want to be too tight when you're casting on, just a nice tension. So we've got the thumb back in, fold it over again, and put your needle in, grab the back loop, pull it through, let your thumb off, and then I kind of use my thumb here to just pull that tight. Well, not tight, but snug, just snug. And then your thumb is back in position again once you bring it up. So we're going through that front loop, grabbing the back, pulling it through, and then using your thumb to snug it up a bit. And we're back ready for another one. Going through the finger, pulling it through. Just like that. I will go ahead and cast on a few for you. Try and do it at a nice, slow pace so everybody can see. The only bad thing about the long tail cast on is that it can be a little difficult estimating how much of your tail you should actually have. And it's kind of just practice and eyeball, just knowing how much to do on there. And if you have a lot of stitches to cast on, there's a little bit of a trick, which I will show you in a minute. Let's cast on a few more here. Going through the front there, grabbing the back. Through the front, grabbing the back. As you can see, I usually don't snug these two stitches really tight together. A cast on edge needs to be a little bit stretchy, especially if it's like on the edge of a mitten or a hat or even the bottom edge of a sweater or a sleeve. So you don't want to snug these up really close, or you don't want to snug them really tight on your needle. Just leave them a little bit loose hanging. That helps ensure that there's extra stretch in there. So this is what they're going to look like. You can see that they are already like knit one row. It's kind of like a knitted on cast on. We've got a knit side on this side and a purl bump on this side. Do a couple more here. So if you have a lot of stitches to cast on, like 200, 300, 400, an easy way so that you don't run out of your tail is to actually use the tail end and then either a scrap of waste yarn or the second end of your yarn ball. I don't know where that is. There it is. Okay, so then you could tie these two together and then place these on your needle like this and start casting on. And that way you're never going to run out of your tail end. So that's very helpful when you're casting on a bazillion stitches. Then you can just cast on. And that's it. That is how you do a long tail cast on.